Hello and welcome to episode 17 of the Crafty Dragonfly. My name is Stephanie and I live in the UK with my husband and 3 grown-up boys and 2 mad cocker spaniels. How are you all today? I hope you're all well. I haven't videoed in quite a while. Life and work and everything else has just got in the way. But I'm here now, so it's going to be quite a long video, I think. So grab yourselves a drink if you haven't done so already, and whatever project you're working on, and just come and sit down and listen to me rambling for a little while. If you're new here, thank you so much for checking me out, and I hope you like what you see. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. And if you are yet to subscribe and you like what you see, it would be great if you just hit that button and the notification bell, and then when I do upload anything, it will let you know. So we'll get straight on to it. What I'm going to do today is usually in my past videos I have filmed and then I've spent pretty much a day editing and inserting nice pictures and everything else. So I think this is a bit of an experiment, because today's episode I'm hoping I don't have to edit anything on it. I'm just going to do it as it is and upload it and hope that all goes according to plan. So we'll see. So I've been quite busy, as you can probably see, with things in the background. So that's why I've got lots to talk about and show you. The background is different for the eagle-eyed amongst you. I did have a calyx behind me, which I've decided to put it over the other side of the room, which my hubby has very kindly done. And we've just painted this wall now because it had holes in it where he'd bolted the calyx, the storage system, to the wall. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to get a couple of pegboards from IKEA and just put them here, and then I can hang up lots of pretty things, and it just might look a little bit nicer and it gives me a bit more desk space. That's the reason why I've done it, is because that storage system that I had, it took up quite a lot of desk space, so I've decided I wanted it back down again. So anyway, I'm rambling. So we'll start off with all my finished makes. I've got quite a few, so that's good. So I'm going to start off with the little ones. Now, these I did finish quite a couple, well, I don't know how long ago, a few weeks ago now. I was taking part in Amigurumi challenge, and I think I talked about that on my last video. So I may very well have shown these. If I have, I'll just skip over this bit. But it just inspired me to make a few little toys and just try out different designers. So the first one is this little turtle. Now, I don't think, that's it. It's Rose and Lily Crochet. She's on YouTube and she does step-by-step videos of little Ammies that she makes. So I started off with using cotton. I can't remember the name of the cotton. I think it might be Sheepy's Katona, I think. But I'd lost the band on it, and I was just looking for some scraps to try out. So that's the size that it came out in. I can't remember the hook size. That's awful. I think it might have been a 2.5, 3 hook size, but that's this one anyway. It's very cute. Turned out really well. Didn't take that long, so that's quite a good one. Then in the same pattern, because Rose and Lily Crochet, and I can't remember her name, I'll put her name up on screen. She makes patterns, she crochets using a Bernat blanket yarn or a chunky, you know, the soft baby yarn. Yeah, she does use the Bernat. And so I thought I'd give it a go because it looks really soft and squishy. So I bought James C. Brett's Flutterby Chunky, which it is absolutely beautiful. It is so, so soft, but there is a big but coming. I made this and it's lovely. It's a lot softer than this little fella, which, you know, it's going to be. It's not a beginner friendly yarn because you can't see your stitches. And whilst I didn't really struggle with that bit, it was the sewing on of the limbs, because the yarn just breaks up in your hands when you're trying to sew things together. So it's like sewing with spaghetti. That's the only thing I can relate it to. So, and you're on borrowed time, you know, you start off sewing a limb, you get about 2 stitches in, and then you can see it starting to break up as you're pulling it through. So I persevered with it because I wanted to just get to the end of it to make him. And but I don't think it's put me off using it, to be honest, for Amis anyway. I don't know whether anybody else has had that problem with it, but it's that's my own personal opinion, of course. Now I've got a fair bit of this left, so I might just make a little blanket with it, a baby blanket. I think it will be okay with that. As I say, it's okay when you're working it, you're crocheting with it, but it's just when you come to do any sewing, it's not great. So anyway, so that's that. Now I'll just put that back there. The sun is coming out now. I've waited an hour to video because the rain this morning, it was torrential, and I'm in the conservatory, so I couldn't film because you wouldn't have been able to hear me at all. So it's now, there's a bit of a break. I think there might be some more coming, but now the sun's coming in and out. So if the light levels change, hopefully it won't. So we'll see. Okay, so I've done the turtle. Next up, we'll do the clamshell. This is by Teresa's Crochet Shop. Now, I've bought a few of Teresa's patterns, the paid for patterns. So this is Cleo the Clam. I renamed him Colin because I do like renaming Amis I make. So I can't show you the pattern, the actual pattern, because it's a paid for pattern. Actually, I think she might have offered this for free. I might be fibbing a bit there. I can't remember. I'll leave a link to her Instagram, as I usually do with anything I talk about. But just have a look anyway. They're literally, any of her patterns, they're a couple of pounds. They're really, really affordable. So, but check that one out. So this is Colin that I've done. This is using a 3.75mm hook, and I've used Sheepy's Katona, I think. or it might be Rikurumi I've used. What I should do, and going forward I will do this because I think about this every single time. I've got lots of stationery, I've mentioned it before, lots of books, notebooks, and I never want to use them because they're so nice. I bought one recently. That pinging then, I think, was a Facebook notification, so you'll probably have heard that. It's like this notebook here, the Rendale one. I love Rendale, I've mentioned it before. And I bought this when I was last out with my mum and my sisters at a garden centre. And if I see Rendale, I can't pass it by. I just have to go and buy something. So I bought this lovely notebook, and I can't bring myself to use it. So I need to, start using things. So I'm digressing. What I should do is either grab some notebooks, one of many that I've got, and start writing in what yarn I'm using, because I know the designers recommend what yarn they use, for their makes, but sometimes I don't have that, or I want to try something different. So I can't remember what Teresa recommended. I don't think she did, actually. So it will either be Sheepies or Rikurumi, because that's generally all I use for Amis. Either way, Cleo, aka Colin, I think is really cute. So that's that one. And the next one that is definitely, I'll stick with Teresa because I've bought another of hers. If I can find it, is Beckett the Blue Tang. This is a paid for pattern, so I will just show you the front of it. And that is this one. And I haven't named him, actually. But quite easy to do, very cute, and didn't take that long. And yeah, I've enjoyed doing that. I've used safety eyes, and this was a bit of surface embroidery that you had to do, and then you just sewed the fins on and the tail. But yeah, super cute. Teresa's patterns, if you're wanting to know what they're like, they are detailed. She explains things very well. She has pictures, and quite detailed step-by-step pictures. I'll just show you that without showing you the pattern. So she's got, they are good, the patterns, so I would recommend them. So that's Beckett the Blue Tang. What have we got next? We have, we've got the Cupcake. Now this, I'll just take some of the stuffing out, actually. It's a paid for pattern. It's by Cloud9 Knots, and it's called A Love Day Cupcake, and it's there. And yeah, I really enjoyed making this one. It's very, very cute. Now the top is a Debbie Bliss. I do remember that, even though I've not written it down. And super soft to work with, Debbie Bliss. It's lovely. And the bottom, I think that was just Rikurumi. And what you can do is, because I've not attached the top, obviously, to this bit, you can make them for parties or special occasions, and you can put little chocolates in, anything like that. So that's super cute. I do like that. And yeah, there was nothing really that difficult about it, to be honest. But her patterns are very detailed, and she has lots of oh, I did actually, I wrote it down, this one. Use Debbie Bliss Cotton DK, and then the colour 01, which is the top, and Rikurumi at the bottom. Oh, that was it. Oh, so I did start to do it. I did start to write things down on properly on patterns, so I could let you all know. So I'd put Debbie Bliss Cotton DK, which is the lid, this bit, colour 01, and Rikurumi I used for the bottom, but it turned out a little bit too small, the pattern, so I put some more rounds in, just so that the top would sit on it relatively well. So I've done that. So maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should actually write on the patterns. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Write on the patterns what yarn I use, what size hook, and what I think about that yarn, and then I can let you all know then. So that's probably a better way of doing it. So onward, we've done that one, we've done the cupcake. So the next one is the fairy bread, which is by Bella and Grace, I think. Yeah, Bella and Grace. Paid for pattern. Really, really cute. And it's not completely finished because it has got legs on that one. Can you see? Legs and little arms. But I actually ran out of the yarn, this gold yarn that I was using, and I just think it looks cute like that, to be honest. So it's I've just left it like that. I'm quite happy with it. So so that's the fairy bread. Again, the pattern is very well written. It's got lots of pictures to go with it, and it's just a bit of fun. And I think if you check her out on Instagram, I think it was part of an Amigurumi make-along thing that they were doing, where they were all designing different patterns for it. So that's where I spotted it anyway. But yeah, that's just a cute thing to make. And have I done? I've got it all written down here. Oh, I've started Hugo the Hammerhead Shark. That's by Teresa's Crochet Shop. So he's partly done. I've just got to do his fins. So I'll finish him off and maybe show you that next time. And oh, that was it. I was trying with the Bernat's, the James Brett Flutter by Chunky yarn. Yeah, I just thought I'd make a little head and put some antennae on. I don't know what it is, but I was trying the yarn out. That was it, before I went on and did the turtle. So that's just a little whatever. I don't know what it is. Maybe you can come up with a name for it. So okay. Oh, I've got some more finished objects. Doing really well today. I don't normally have this many. I hope you're not bored anyway. let me know what you're working on. That'd be nice to know. Right, so this one, I'm going to show you this one next. If you remember, I was working on this in the last video. I put progress pictures up on Instagram at the time, and I finished it. I haven't got a cushion in a cushion pad, so I need to get that, but I finished it and it's lovely. I'm really pleased with it. Put the buttons on, you see there at the top. I'm glad I got to the end of it and I persevered, because this, if you've not watched my previous videos, this one was from Little Box of Crochet subscription box back in August 2019. I think that's right. Was it? Yes, August 2019. And at the time, I got it out, absolutely loved it, because I love blue, those kinds of colours. And but because it was mosaic crochet, I was a bit put off by it. Now, Little Box of Crochet always offer videos to go with the pattern so that you can follow along with them, and so they don't leave you stranded or anything like that. But I mustn't have been in the right frame of mind at the time, so I picked it up again this year and got on with it, and it was great. And I could even do it whilst watching TV in the end. Once you get the flow of it, and once you work out how to read the pattern, it's really good. It's yarn and colours must have range, I think, the wool, the yarn, but I have mentioned it in past videos, so I won't go over that again. But really lovely to work with, and yeah, I'm very, very pleased with that. So I just need to get a cushion pad, and then I can put it on in the lounge. So next ones. Now these are the called Crochet Lovey blankets. You've probably all heard of them. These are patterns, paid for patterns by Sarah Crochet, and they're just lovely. They're really, really nice. They're very good. She explains things really well, and that's Cedric, who I'm going to show you, Cedric the Sloth. Really enjoyed it. Sarah uses Sheepy's Stone Washed. Yep. As it's her favourite yarn, and it's lovely. I must admit, I do really, really like Sheepy's Stone Washed. It's 78% cotton, 22% acrylic. Very soft. It's like a sport weight yarn. It only asks for a 3 to 3.5 millimeter hook, and it does say sport weight on it, but it's very, very soft, and because it's textured, it just works up really, really lovely. So this is Cedric, and I love him. I love Cedric. He's so cute. Cedric the Sloth, and you just do a little granny square blanket attached with some leaves, which I haven't blocked, but I didn't think it needed it really. And then you make the head and the limbs and put the features on, and you've got yourself a lovely blanket. So I'm really pleased with him. I like the size. I think it's great for a child to hold on to. It's not too big. So I think going forward, I will use Sheepy's Stone Washed for all of the lovies that I make. Check out Sarah's account. It's brilliant. She's just so talented. She's actually due to start a crochet along on the 12th of July, I think. It's free, and you just need to get the materials, and then you can crochet along with her. So I'll probably join in with that. But I think that's a really good size for a child to hold on to, you know, the head. You just have to make sure that you sew it on really well, because if you think about it, they'll be pulling on it, and you know, but it's lovely. It's a really nice make. So I'm going to probably stick with that size of yarn, I think, for these. Conversely though, I tried Paintbox Simply Aran, and just because I wanted to see what the difference in size was. Now this is obviously not Cedric the Sloth, but it's Jasper the Giraffe, again by Sarah, and pay for pattern. There it is. So this is Paintbox Simply Aran, as I've said, which is that size it comes in. It's 100 grams, obviously, but it's very soft. It's lovely, and it's inexpensive as well. It's not. It's a good price. So this is the size of Jasper. Now, you know, it's entirely up to people's personal choice as to what size they want to make it. This one was slightly different. It was worked up with crochet with hexagons. Now Sarah shows you how to, or explains in her pattern, how to do a join as you go method, but what I did was I just made all of the hexagons separate, and then went back and sewed them all together. I quite like doing that anyway, so that was no worry for me. But I think he's turned out super cute in that that size yarn. So if you look at them both together, in the difference in size, oops, I'll do that. There is a bit of a difference. Oops. If you look at the size of the heads, it would have been easier if I'd have made a Cedric in Paintbox Simply Aran to show you, but I think you get the picture. There is a bit of a difference, but again, you know, if you made that, you might want to make that for a nursery where it's on display on a shelf, or just in the corner of the baby's cot or bed or whatever. So it's either way, I think it's still a good size to, you know, for them to cuddle and hold on to. So I'm still, you know, I still quite like that, and I think I might make some more. I'll have to make some more because I've bought quite a bit of Paintbox Simply Aran yarn. So I'll have to make some more so that I can make room for further purchases. But yeah, I'm pleased with both of them. Just a little, I'm just going to say here, I might as well. I'm going to open, I've got an Etsy shop anyway, so I'm starting to put these in to my Etsy shop. So if you know of anybody that has a baby due, and you want to get a gift for them, or you know of anybody that's looking for a unique handmade gift, I'm going to pop these in my shop and see how they do. And or you can make them yourself, because probably most of you are crocheters and perfectly capable of making your own. So I shall leave that one there. Moving on, whilst I'm on the subject of opening a little Etsy shop, I've had a stamp made by the English stamp company, and it's my logo, the Crafty Dragonfly. I did have, oh, I thought I did. Oh, never mind, I'll show you again. I'd stamped it out, but I got the stamp and the ink pad from the English Stamp Company, which I'm really pleased with. Just so I can stamp up little tags and things to go with when I post things out. And then I had some business cards made, which were from Canva. They work out at a few pence per card. And that's the business card I've had made. So that's my logo. And so I'm going to put that with everything I post out. So that's that. Oh, right, so moving on to works in progress. Oh, I did actually make this headband. I don't know when I made that. It's a few weeks ago now. This was by a free pattern by Lee Knits, and it was really quick and easy to do, actually. And I think I used Paintbox Simply Chunky, but yeah, just for, you know, keeping your hair out of your face or whatever. But it's just a quick make, that. Works in progress. Are you all still with me, or have you fallen asleep? Works in progress. I have done the second square of the Mayan blanket by Shelly Husband. She's known as Spin Cushions. She's written 5 books now. She has a YouTube channel, and she's very active on Instagram and Facebook. And this is a paid for pattern. I've talked about it in my previous episodes. This is one of the squares, the gigantic. I've used WI Simply Soft and Smooth Aran Tweed. So this is the second completed square. I'm doing 6 altogether, I think. And I'm well on the way with my third. And this is for a present for one of my sisters. It was meant to be a birthday present. A birthday was in February, but we won't talk about that because we're now in July. So I might move it on and just give it to her at Christmas, because that's probably when it'll be finished. But she's being very patient and waiting for it. So, but back to the pattern. Really, really good pattern. Shelley has step-by-step videos for it, and her PDFs, it's literally a few pounds for you to buy the pattern. Her PDFs are, I can't remember now, over 80 pages long, something like that. Very, very detailed. But if you're a visual learner like me, she does step-by-step videos to make this. So, and that's what I used in the beginning. And then I can now read the pattern. I've got to know her style of pattern writing. And it's really, you know, it's a really good one to do to test your skills. So let's see how I get on with that. I'm not going to promise that it will be finished for the next video, because it probably won't. But I'll just get on with it. And last but by no means least is the Cuddle and Play blanket. Oh, it's next to the last, actually. I've just realised. Next to the last. Cuddle and Play elephant blanket by Crochet Arcade. She's on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube. She is coming up with her own wool, her own yarn range. I keep saying wool. Her own yarn range, because she found that the yarn that she was using, they were discontinuing the colours that she wanted, and she was set on trying to come up with her own range, which she's well on the way to doing. And these are a bit more of an intermediate level. She says that it's intermediate. They are a bit more, I wouldn't say they're not difficult, it's just that they require a bit more concentration. So I've started with the head. It's probably going to look a bit, it will look a bit odd because I've not stuffed it yet. But that's, you get the general gist of it. I'll put it side on. Its mouth is meant to be open. And then obviously you've got the cute little embroidered eyes on the top. The ears, when I put them on, will be probably about there, I think, maybe. Not showing this very well. So they'll probably be like that on the side. And then you have the tail and the legs to do. And then obviously the blanket. And it's quite a big blanket. If you check her out, and I think she does a video of, or a promotional video on YouTube of what her blankets look like. They're meant to be where you can store them over the edge of a cot, so they look pretty, and then you can put them out on the floor and the baby or toddler can sit on the blanket, or it can sleep, you know, hold on to it to cuddle the head, because the head does work out quite big. If you think I've only stuffed the trunk, so I've got the head to stuff, and I've not finished yet, so it'll probably be about here. So it is quite big, and this yarn that she was using is very soft. Can't remember the name of it. I'll put it up on the screen. The one thing I will say about this yarn is it is very soft, and you use quite a big hook for it, but when you're sewing things together, you know, it starts to come apart and split. So I wouldn't say it's my favourite, to be honest, and maybe that's why Anita's also trying to get her own range going. But it's okay. It does, because it's chunky and you use, I think, a 6.5 hook. Sometimes you can see a few holes, but she does say that in her videos, and then you have to go back and sew them up a little bit. So maybe if you played around with the size of the hook, went to a smaller size to see if, because obviously if you're giving it to a toddler or a baby, you don't want the stuffing to be coming through the holes. So you've got to be very careful with that. But I'm enjoying doing it. I forgot to tell you, I won this yarn and the pattern on an Instagram giveaway. Never won anything in my life, and yeah, so I won all the yarn and the pattern. So that's why I'm trying to get on with it. So Anita doesn't think I've just, you know, taken the prize and not done anything with it. So I'll carry on with that. Hopefully by the next video I'll be able to show you a little bit more. But yeah, I'll get on with that, and I'm pleased with it. Very quickly, back to Sarah Decrochet. Another pattern I bought was Hazel the Hippo. Again, Sarah does this in Sheepy's Stone Washed. Now, I started this head last night, and this is in Paint Box Simply Chunky. It's a little bit stiffer. I've used the correct size hook. No, I haven't actually, for the Simply Chunky. I can't remember what hook size it is. I've used a 3.5 hook just so I could get a tighter stitch, so nothing's showing through. But I'll carry on with it because I've got loads of Simply Chunky yarn to use up as well. I've got quite a bit, so I'm going to carry on with it. Just a quick aside, I don't know whether you do this, but when I'm making amigurumi, especially the heads, I stuff it, reshape it, you know, get it to the shape that you want, and then I leave it for 24 hours because the stitches then have time to relax, and invariably you can get a bit more stuffing in, because with amis, especially if they go into a child, they get played with, hopefully, and over time they will lose a bit of their shape potentially. So I think by doing that, by giving it 24 hours, you can just get a little bit more in without it showing through or stretching your stitches. So that's what I do anyway. So that's Hazel the Hippo. The eyes will be here when she's almost done, with ears and a little front legs, and then this beautiful blanket. So I'm quite happy with that one. And that's it. I've finished. It's not rained, so hopefully you've been able to hear me the whole time. Hopefully it's not been too boring for you, and I hope that I have covered things that I wanted to cover, and I've not missed anything out. Have I missed anything out? No, I haven't. Whatever I've missed, I'll put on the next video. So if you've made it this far, thank you for watching, and let me know what you're working on in the comments below. That would be lovely. And I will wrap it up there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.